You screw this one up, SKT to straight up lose the game.
Yep. They're
able to get the first kill, Fear Beyond Death Arms, arming a lot more in week 2 than it did in week number 1. They chase, but they continue to chase in spite of super minions pushing into their base.
And I think Faker thought that he'd be able to get on Fleek and Summit with that Fear as well. Had the flash available, but didn't decide to flash in for the extra Fear. Going to keep himself with that Summoner spell for the next potential fight. But SKT showing that there is still much left in the tank, despite the fact that Teddy fell down here.
My body's telling me no, Atlas. It's saying, well, you need a break. You need a break before our second series. My brain is saying, oh, yes, one more game between Sandbox and SKT. Sandbox Gaming done a lot good here, and I do like the just desserts being served of, well, you left open the Draven. What did you think would happen?
Exactly. They got Draven. And Teddy should know all about this. He was our Draven last time we were here. Of course, in 2018, he had probably one of the better Draven performances despite the result of the game. There's a one-man army on that pick. Inner turret going to go down here from Sandbox in the last remaining lane that has any left. Can Teddy land the poke? Can they actually get anything done here, as that hook was very close to landing?
Well, we know that Joko will never stop fishing. Third inhibitor could go down in this passage of play. Let's see how SKT try to stop that happening.
Yeah, or whether they can at all as Summit dives on through. Mystic Shot's going to do a great job of making sure Summit's health bar is honest. Now looking for more. Ghost does have that overshield. It's going to be so hard to kill him, especially with the amount of lifesteal that he does have with that Bloodthirster availability. Dove still over here trying to threaten. Nexus turret still very healthy here as SKT staying together as a 5-man unit.
Remember that Sandbox have struggled at wave manipulation. They've been the team to run at Baron or snowball a lead. While this is pretty straightforward when you have 2 inhibitors down, there's no guarantee they actually make the right moves.
Exactly, and this 4 versus 3 scenario is something that SKT might be able to find a fight in. They've got to stay coordinated, keep themselves amongst it. 9,000 gold is going to be the lead, but we learned anything yesterday. We learned that not every snowball is going to reach the bottom of the mountain.
You don't feel great about a Mountain Drake at 27 minutes. No Elder in this extended power play. The Sandbox spin on will be a third and final Cloud Drake before we get that Elder spawn. Teddy almost has 3 items, but it's a late 3 items Atlas, and Draven's got all the items. The armory was apparently on sale.
It certainly was. That's a stopwatch that he goes back and buys. He can't actually get the Guardian Angel just yet. That will be item number 4. And now there's a cheeky longsword there for Teddy as he starts off on the Gunblade or the Blade of the Ruined King. Faker almost hooked. Not going to go down just yet. He's got the Gargoyle Stone Plate. He's a scary one as True Shot Barrage, just to get some extra vision, does tag up some of the members of Sandbox. As Dove
he's alone.
Does get himself the knock up onto Teddy.
Let's watch how Sandbox play this one. They've been hard at the paint on that Baron.
Yep, teleport is going to come in, but they just can't get to this Baron pit. SKT start the fight a little bit too late, but can they actually win it as Faker right in amongst it? Does get the fear on a couple of members in the backline, but Summit is able to get rid of Teddy, and now SKT barely have the damage available. Ghost 1v1ing Faker, and my money is on the Draven here. Too much lifesteal, and SKT are just going to lose right here. Summit teleports back in, and Khan wants to try and get him, but I think he's just too elusive as Dove flashes forward, doesn't find him, but Summit, he has enough buttons. He's going to be able to take them down. We're going to game 3. Sandbox Gaming take down SKT, and Mata is just golden in the fountain, looking forward to game 3.
The sins of pick and ban and the early game actually are going to be important against SKT this time. They can't pull the Griffin comeback. They do lose game number 2. Remember that SKT have played the other team that qualified through Challenger in Kesper Cup. They lost to Dumb One Gaming to end their win streak. Now they're against Sandbox Gaming. It's 1-1, and all they can do if they win this series and end up 3-3 against our promoted duo.
And I have a feeling that Ghost is not going to be playing Draven in the next game either. Really nicely done, and the way they utilized him as a weapon as well, moving him towards the mid lane, meaning that Ezreal, in the place that he wants to be in the mid game, could just get no farm, could get nothing done, and Teddy looked like he just couldn't get into the game.
But the curious part is, SKT had to know Draven was coming, and yet you don't look at the rest of the draw and say, of course, there was no Vi, for example, nothing crazy, to try to displace the Draven laning phase. And the worst was confirmed when top lane got solo killed building for lane, because that's, okay, well, maybe understand the bot lane, top lane's a problem.
Yeah.
That was where things start of the Sandbox snowball that, credit to them, able to end. So the fact they didn't roll over in game number 1 probably helped their mental coming into game number 2. What does it all mean? Because we will not have a flawless SKT versus a flawless Griffin. In fact, we might not even have a 3-0 SKT come their important match against Dumb One Gaming at the end of this week.
Yeah, and of course, you guys might be saying, yeah, well, I mean, Griffin haven't lost a game yet. That game 1 against Hammer Life Esports should not have been a victory for Griffin. They did not look like an unbeatable team. It looked like they could almost bleed, and SKT have shown us that at the top of the table, you certainly still can. Sandbox with a great game 2.
Can SKT come back? We know a lot about what this team can do in terms of theory. Even practice has shown us some great stuff. I was in love with the Fiora once more from Khan.
Yeah.
But now it's 1-1, and you dropped a game to Sandbox Gaming that didn't look droppable preseason. Pick a man will require a Draven ban most likely first or second round. What happens around it? What slips out? I don't think you need to ban the Jax, but in the late game, even the Jax doing some great anti-carrying onto Teddy.
Yep, also able to get some decent damage in there as well, and you can see Teddy actually doing more damage than the Draven, but when it counted, it was all about Summit on the top side of the map. This Akali just smashing his face into the Victor over and over again.
It shows you that damage numbers can be misleading. Frontline, as you noted, squishy on the side of SKT.
Yeah.
A couple of Qs later, Draven was killing anyone, and even lifesteal tanking the Urgot at the end.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to have the same amount of poke that you would have on something like a Victor or something like an Ezreal, always able to get those damage numbers very, very high, but having a good graph at the end of the game. We've all done it in solo queue where we're like, oh man, I mean, I played well, but we lost the game. And then you look at the graph and you're like, I want to feel a little bit better, but it's just not going to work. But guys, we have a treat. We have a game number 3. You may not have been expecting that in this series. Sandbox versus SKT game 3 after the break.